Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of agricultureinformation.com, I welcome Dr. S.Divakar, and he will talk about disease management and its importance in aquaculture. I now request the speaker to begin. Thank you. So please chat, sir. Mr. Divakar?
Yes.
Yeah, please. Yeah, you're facing some issue. I'm not able to hear you. No, sir, you connected that earphone. I'm not able to hear you.
I'm Dr. S.Divakar, Deputy Managing Director. Manufacturers of feed supplements, minerals.
Sir, sorry to
Good evening to
please
everyone. I'm Dr. S.Divakar, Deputy Managing Director of Ideal Biosciences Private Limited. So actually, we are the manufacturers of aqua feed supplements, minerals, and probiotics. And we are into the market since 2017, and we are also a certified manufacturers with certifications like ISO and CGMP. And our products are certified by Coastal Aquaculture Authority for the the antibiotic free in aquaculture inputs. I would like to thank the agriculture information online platform for providing me this valuable opportunity to present our own to share our ideas on disease management and its importance in aquaculture. Yeah, so yeah, introduction to aquaculture. So nowadays, actually, the aquaculture doesn't need any introduction to people. Everyone knows about aquaculture, but when we are speaking about disease management and its importance, and we have to know a little bit about Indian and even the world aquaculture. So I start with this. We move on. Yeah, this is a little actually we are traveling. Actually, it's a travel to the past to understand the future of aquaculture. So it's like a so I start with the world population. So the world population by 2050 it may hit 9.5 billion. So to for this increase in the population, we are in need of supplying our nutrition to the world. So protein is a major source of nutrition we have we should be able to produce. So in 2024, 33 kg per capita is the protein requirement for the world. The protein requirement will be doubled in 2050 as the population increases. So a lot of protein nutritions are actually available, but in the total protein, even plant proteins and even animal proteins and all. So in the total protein consumption, 40% of the contributor is actually from aquatic side, like fishes and all other aquatic organism protein. So in 1961, 9.9 kg per capita was recorded, and in 2023, it is actually estimated as a 20 kg, and in 2030, it may rise to 21.4 kg per capita. So again, I'm coming to fish diet. We are looking actually when we are speaking about aquaculture, then fish diet is the major need actually we are getting from aquaculture. So When compared to other protein sources, even plant and animal protein sources, fish diet and fish protein are actually high quality protein. And more than that, we are getting omega-3 fatty acids and minerals and vitamins from the fish diet. So for the fish diet, actually, we are directly, in 2000, in 1940s and all, we depend on wild catch from sea and also from the inland water bodies. In 2018, the wild catch is actually reaches its maximum 96 million metric tons, and from 2019 to 2024, the wild catch actually fluctuates from 90 to 91 million metric tons. So the world regulating bodies actually they are regulating the wild catch, and this is the maximum limit 90 to almost 94 million metric tons. More than that, the further exploitation is actually uh, leads to a environmental, so it disturbs the environmental equilibrium, and it creates a ecological threat to our world. So the next to the wild catch, uh, aquaculture is the only source of producing aquatic animal protein. If you see world aquaculture, 2018, it is around 90 million metric tons, and the same year where we get wild catch goes up to 96 million metric tons. In 2022, it was 96 million metric tons, and 2024 it is 130 million metric tons aquaculture products we have throughout the world produced, and it is over to the wild catch uh, fisheries. It's a promising source of aquatic animal protein. Comes to the Indian aquaculture, these are the species we are cultivating right now. And the first column, you see the major cultivable species. The second column will be the minor cultivable species. So like Indian major carps, exotic minor carps, catfish, white leg shrimps, Lithophines vanami, and tilapia. These are the maximum, majorly cultivated species. Freshwater prawn, Macrobrachium rosenbergi, sea bass, tiger prawn, and red belly paku. People used to call it, rupa chanda. And the final one is a green mud crab. Just a brief introduction about Indian aquaculture. Like it's kind of a history from 1947 to present. In 1947, the two research institutes, CMFRI and SIFRI, were formed. These two research institutes actually done initial research and even implementation and the training to develop the inland aquacultures, like finfish culture in the inland ponds and reservoirs. So in the 70 years of the progress, the central board, directorate of fisheries, animal husbandry, and dairying forms a state level boards and all formed, and with a lot of research institutes, universities, and other bodies, the aquaculture process is entirely regulated, protocoled, and now we are able to produce fish, and we stand second in the fish production, and we contribute around 1.1% of GDP. And for global shrimp export, we are around our share is actually 25 percentage in the global shrimp trade, and we stand second throughout the world. And in our country, inland is three different types of aquaculture actually what we are doing right now. Inland aquaculture, brackish water aquaculture, and cold water aquaculture. So inland and brackish water aquaculture both done by AP, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Gujarat, Odisha, West Bengal, and Karnataka. in both in inland and brackish water aquaculture, AP is the maximum producer in the India, followed by Gujarat and Tamil Nadu. In inland aquaculture, Punjab, Haryana, Madhya Pradesh, Arunachal Pradesh, and Kerala, they are the main players. And recently, India also developed the cold water aquaculture in two states, Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand, culturing muzzy and the fish species called muzzy and rainbow trout. More than our Indian bodies and regulating authorities or and research institutes, the certifying body, international certifying body, they are certifying our aquaculture process. Certification process are there. One is the best aquaculture practices, and we used to call it PAB and GAP. So these two certifications actually provided by Global Aquaculture Alliance, non-governmental international organization regulating the world aquaculture throughout the world. So many Indian aquaculture systems ponds were certified for PAB and GAP. Right. So it's a Indian aquaculture is a kind of it's a big matrix. So starts from the governmental, the government boards, and finally reach the consumers. So the network is in such a way all the the partners are performing for the they are in the row for the past 70 years, and we are now to bring our country to the topmost, the aquaculture producing country. So it starts from the Central Fisheries Board, State Fisheries Board, and allied regulatory bodies, research institutes, universities, private research and training centers, quarantine centers for the brackish water aquaculture, for shrimps, and broodstock facilities and hatcheries, raw material suppliers, feed millers, aqua healthcare product manufacturers, equipment manufacturers, processing plants, exporters, local transporters, cold storage facilities, both government body by the government side and also the private side, and aquaculture farmers, finally the employees and laborers and consumers. This network actually, this is the aquaculture network in our country. Yeah, so previously we had seen a lot of the success stories of 70 years of success stories of Indian aquaculture. So always we know this success didn't came as such, because a lot of challenges we had made for the past 70 years to bring up the aquaculture processes and in a proper way. So many challenges are there. Among the challenges, aquaculture diseases are the main challenge, which can produce a lot of production loss and economic loss to the country. So the negative impacts of disease in aquaculture. Yeah, basically challenges. When we are speaking about disease, the challenges also, I just want to just mention the other challenges what aquaculture is facing. When we are speaking about aquaculture production rise, and we are in a top position throughout the world, in the worldwide. So without the semi-intensive, intensive culture practices, we cannot produce, our production cannot rise. So semi-intensive, intensive culture practices are nothing but it's stocking a more number of species in a limited area of pond or a pond. So here, when we are doing semi-intensive and intensive culture practices, then ultimately we it results in the production loss if we are not doing a good aquaculture practice. This intensive culture practices produce a lot of stress to the culturing species, and it results in the susceptible to the diseases, and finally mortality, production loss, and economic loss. So Global Aquaculture Alliance and Rabobank, these two non-governmental organizations, yearly basis, they used to collect data throughout the world about the challenges of the world aquaculture, what the world aquaculture is facing right now. So this is the the early report in 2024. The priority wise, the challenges are classified as shown in the slides. Rising operational cost stands the first, and diseases followed by the diseases, climatic change and pollution, and suboptimal feed efficiency, low feed efficiency, and market price fluctuation. So these are the 2024's challenges what aquaculture faced. And of course, America taxation hike also include maybe in the next year challenges to the the aquaculture production. So in Indian aquaculture, we'll see how the diseases are actually creating a lot of production loss to the industry. Like the aquaculture species, this is a production. The first, the first graph shows the production loss due to diseases mentioned in the USD per ton. So the shrimp has the maximum production loss with 1,224 USD per ton, followed by marine fish 815 USD. Then exotic minor carps like rohu 364 USD per ton, tilapia 260 USD per ton of the production loss, and IMC Indian major crops face 200 USD production loss, and finally the Pangasius catfish 198 USD per ton. The dominating disease in the aquaculture is for the finfish is a multiple etiology with a 468 million USD, and bacterial hemorrhagic hepticemia 326 million USD, and the third one is a epizoic ulcerative syndrome with 88 million USD. In shrimp culture, EHP is the maximum the dominated disease in the shrimp aquaculture. EHP is nothing but the enterocytozoan hepatopini. It's a fungal pathogen. It won't create any mortality, death in the shrimps, but it creates, actually it results in the reduced growth. So after a period of 120 days of culture, farmers won't be having their product with a marketable size, right? So next, we are seeing how each and every different kinds of disease, how the particular species affected by different kinds of the diseases, like bacterial disease for marine fish, bacterial diseases with 35 percentage, and parasitic disease 41 percentage, environmental due to environmental deterioration, water deterioration 21 percentage, and viral disease comprises around 3 percentage. In Pangasius catfish, 21% of bacterial diseases and 31% of fungal diseases, 5% of parasitic diseases, and 43% of multiple etiology. For major crops, bacterial disease comprises around 41 percentage, and multiple etiology with 37 percentage, parasitic diseases 10 percentage, fungal diseases 10 percentage, and unknown environmental factors cause 2% mortality. In tilapia, multiple etiology 24 percentage, bacterial diseases 38 percentage, and similarly the fungal disease comprises 38 percentage. In exotic minor crops, 28% of 28 each of bacterial and multiple etiology, 20% of parasitic diseases, 11% of fungal diseases, and environmental deterioration creates 30% of the it shares the 30% in the total disease occurrence. In shrimp, as I told you earlier, the fungal disease 75% of the culture affected by EHP, and 11% of viral diseases, especially white spot syndrome viruses, and the remaining will be 10% of the share will be goes to multiple etiology, and 4% of the bacterial disease. So now we come to the disease management system in aquaculture. The disease management system, management practices in aquaculture has the two different major subclasses: the prevention and the treatment. So prevention, it's very important than the treatment process. So we will see it later. In treatment, there are mainly three different types of treatment measures are available. First is actually the feed supplements, providing the treatment through feed by the dietary supplements to treat the disease, and probiotics, application of probiotics, and chemicals and disinfection finally, because chemicals and disinfections are actually we want to actually encourage farmers to do it, but at the later case sometimes we are in need to apply any some of the disinfectants and chemicals. So prevention, so mainly concentrate on two different aspects: first, seed quality and biosecurity. The biosecurity in the sense, actually there are three different type of biosecurity measures are available: physical, operational, and biological biosecurity. So physical includes the fences, nets, bunds, barriers. Fences for blocking the outside from the the vectors from the outside aquaculture area, from the surroundings. Nets to stop the the fishes and other aquatic organisms to enter into the aquaculture facility. And third is bunds. So the bunds are very important. The pond bunds, the stronger pond bunds stops the inter-pond, disease transmission. So bunds to be built in a proper way. And the final one is actually the barriers. Barriers in the sense, actually inter-pond barriers. So among the ponds, we should have a proper barrier system, and from the aquaculture facility and the surrounding area, like influent. So all the things like main components like influent, source water, pond water, and effluent, and the surrounding area should be properly, should be each and every, the parameters should be separately maintained through the barrier system. So next, operational biosecurity. So the operational biosecurity covers the following things: proper feeding. So proper feeding should be maintained in the aquaculture facility to culture the organisms. Like low feeding and even extra feeding, both should be avoided. Low feeding results in the poor growth, and the excess feed leads to the water deterioration and disease, and of course to the production loss. The second one is actually water quality maintenance. So water quality like temperature, pH, dissolved oxygen, and ammonia level, even sometimes nitrate and nitrate. These are the deteriorating water parameters. So we have to maintain in a proper way. So each and every for finfishes and shrimps, there are standards of water quality to be maintained throughout the culture. So that parameter has to be maintained, and moreover, the water quality has to be monitored by daily basis. At least pH and temperature, dissolved oxygen, and ammonia content. These four parameters are very crucial, and it has to be monitored in a daily basis. And hygienic storage facility to store the feeds and other aquaculture healthcare products and all. We need a dry and clean place to store it for the to block the pest and also the microbial contamination in it. And sanitation, proper sanitation and disinfection has to be maintained, like personal sanitation, for the human beings. Actually, the laborers are working over there, and other disinfection chemicals has to be periodically used in the facility. And emergency response plan. Emergency, like suppose if any DO occurs or any disease outbreak, so the emergency response has to be providing a proper the power source when the power cut happens, and the proper immediate harvesting. These are the emergency response has to be planned by the aquaculture facility, which also included in the operational biosecurity process. And the last but not the least, the proper pond preparation, proper drying and proper disinfection and proper plowing and proper pH adjustment in the soil has to be done in the starting of the culture, the culture cycle. The final biosecurity measure, or the biological biosecurity measures, it starts from the getting the seed of SPF and SPR, specific pathogen free is a SPF, and SPR, specific pathogen resistant strains are actually have to be used in the aquaculture system. Like we are buying a seed, should be either SPF or SPR. And probiotics. Probiotics actually it's a microbial microorganisms. It will be used in the to stabilize the environment and also stabilize the health of the culturing species. Probiotics are different kinds of probiotics are actually available. Water and soil probiotics maintains the aquaculture environment, pond, water and soil healthiness, and gut probiotics maintains the animal health by providing the nutritional support and also the blocking the passage of the pathogen inside the body. And immunostimulants, a lot of immunostimulants are available from both plant-based and the polysaccharide and chemical-based immunostimulants are available in the market. So it has to be periodically administered to the animal through feed. And finally, the bacteriophage. The bacteriophage treatment is actually like a probiotic application, but this bacteriophage are specific to the pathogens. Like for example, in shrimp aquaculture, you will find two different pathogens, like opportunities pathogen like aeromonas and vibrios. So bacteriophages are actually manufactured. The vibrio specific and aeromonas specific bacteriophages are available, so we can use it to avoid the pathogenic infection in the aquaculture sector. Yeah, now we see about the future prospects of the the disease management in aquaculture system. The future prospect starts with the disease management, and further two or another are there. I will explain later. First, the disease management. So disease management in the hatchery sector. So people normally disease management, they people look into the grow-out ponds, and but the disease management has to be started from the hatcheries, from even broodstock management to even hatcheries. So right now, actually, the bioencapsulation actually done by the hatcheries, but phytochemicals are still not in use in even in broodstock management and hatcheries. So phytochemicals are very essential in blocking the pathogenic infection in the hatcheries and also the grower ponds. So bioencapsulation of phytocompounds are the recent the future perspectives of blocking the disease pathogens in the hatchery, and also the directly providing the the phytochemicals to the larval tank, rearing tank. So there is a process called anal drinking. So through the anal drinking, we can provide the phyto chemicals to the larval stages. So it builds the very strong immune system when it comes to the growth point. Second, the next generation sequencing, methodologies are now available. Services are available nowadays. It's easy nowadays. So and metagenomics analysis also now it's a very common technique. So the use of aquaculture in the metagenomics and next generation sequencing or in aquaculture is inferior. So we can use those techniques to maintain the the quick. We can use it in the aquaculture sector, and for the quick and accurate detection of pathogens in the aquaculture pond to avoid the the disease outbreak. Before just going to before we can stop the disease outbreak just before spread, before transmission of the disease. And sensor systems like recirculation aquaculture system and IMTA. So recirculation aquaculture systems are the modern version of aquaculture system. It's an indoor facility with zero water exchange. So it won't have any interaction with the the surrounding environment. But already the other countries, the sensor system are also actually included in this recirculation aquaculture system. It can regulate it can find out the problem in real time, and it eliminates it alarms, and it eliminates the problematic parameters in the system. And integrated multi-trophic aquaculture. Recently, it's still in the implementation stage in India, like culturing different types of aquaculture species in a particular area. The main objective of this IMTA is to minimize the effluent in the aquaculture systems, and also to improve the multiple markets for the different type of species. Yeah, the disease management sensor monitoring system in real time for the water quality parameters are very essential, and now it is being used by some of the farmers around the uh, uh, country. And acoustic telemetry systems it's also a real-time monitoring of aquatic organisms, mainly used in the cage cultures like fish behavior and movement. So these two the sensor monitoring system can be applied to the shrimp farming and even in aquaculture sectors, because the technologies are available readily right now. And combining these two sensor systems with remote sensing GIS for mapping the effluent discharge and the pollution of the surrounding area, and also the disease forecasting and disease outbreak data to get the disease for outbreak data, and prepare a plan for a disease forecasting. This can be done by the remote sensing application. Yeah, I can combine these two, the techniques into a AI model. So the next gen and metagenomics, application and aquaculture on sensor monitoring system, real-time monitoring system, and remote sensing combined to get the collection of data. So with the use of different types of machine learning model, we can use this data for the identification of the disease dynamics, and also helpful in the mapping of the disease outbreak and forecasting. So these newly new techniques can be applied into the aquaculture systems to not only to maintain the disease management, and also for, I told you, the two other aspects, reducing the environmental impact in the aquaculture, and also to produce the safety and quality of aquaculture products. So if we so these techniques, new prospects will, and recently already present, the disease managing practices will come. It has to be combined together and has to be established to maximize the aquaculture production. So if we implement all those things in aquaculture, then we can surely say the challenges from the diseases can be reduced. The aquaculture can be promising source to supply the animal proteins, aquatic animal proteins, despite of diseases. Right, a brief introduction about our products. We are a different type of products, like feed supplements. Banvi is actually provided for the vibriosis infection in the shrimp farming, and Medvite is another herbal compound, herbal product given for the EHP infection in the shrimp culture. And Spot Shield is another product. This provided for the viral infection, and we have a lot of success stories to for the spot seal in eliminating the white spot syndrome viruses. And we have a Viruthi, it's a growth promoter, ideal nanamine for the mineral supplementation in the shrimp farming, and ideal gut is a gut probiotic product we have, an expeller to minimize the expeller is a product to minimize the ammonia and nitrate accumulation in the aquatic system. And finally, the Hydron WS, it's a water and soil probiotic. Mainly, these products are actually available for the shrimp farming, and we have around a lot of more than 300 shrimp culturing farmers. They are getting benefited by our products, and we are also doing the contract manufacturing services and also the aquaculture consultancy services. Yeah, these are the references, online source and research articles for the preparation of this, the slides. And finally, thank you. Again, I'm thanking you for the valuable opportunity you provided me to share our knowledge with you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for a wonderful presentation. I will take up the questions now. In the meantime, can you please stop sharing the screen, sir, so that we can see your full video?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. I'll take up the question, sir. The first question is, over your experience with Ideal Biosciences, what have been the most persistent disease management challenges in aquaculture in the Tamil Nadu and southern regions?
Yes. The first and foremost, the challenge is actually all the companies are having their own products, but the farmers are not strong enough to understand the scientific principles behind the products. They strongly believe the aquaculture professionals and their own experience. So in shrimp farming, actually, the the main challenge is actually lot of products are actually available to treat a single kind of a disease. For vibriosis, there are probiotics available as a treatment source, and also disinfectant, and also the other source of feed supplements is also available. But uh, scientific understanding of the disease dynamics actually is lacking in the farmer side. And moreover, the seed quality is one of the main parameter to be it has to be maintained. The proper the quality seeds has to be stocked in the ponds. That is the main reason. And disease in the disease, the about the diseases like white fecal syndrome is a major problem in the aquaculture. This can be due to EHP also, pathogens also. And vibriosis is another major diseases in the aquaculture. And also the viral diseases, mainly white spot syndrome. If you ask me to conclude, I can say the viral and the fungal EHP infections are the that creates a lot of the big challenge in the shrimp aquaculture.
Okay. Which pathogens, like viral, bacterial, fungal, and parasite, are currently causing the biggest economic losses in local aquaculture system?
EHP, EHP, because it won't kill your shrimp, it won't lead to the mortality, but you will find the reduced growth. So farmers has to invest a lot of amount in the for the feed and raw material. And at the particular time of period, you at 80 DOC and all, date of culture and all, they that time only people come to know, oh, year after you won't get the growth. So the maximum production loss actually due to EHP, and secondly by the white spot syndrome.
Okay. What diagnostic tools or methods do you consider most effective for early detection of aquatic diseases? For example, molecular assays, point-to-care tests, sensor-based systems.
Right now, people are actually knowing about PCR method, detection of molecular detection method. by using PCR, real-time PCR. So mostly the disease diagnostic actually done by the PCR method. But the problem is actually people are taking a sample from the pond and going for the diagnosis center, and they are doing in a lab. But the problem is once you get the symptoms in the pond, so the maximum species will be affected over there. Then, so checking is just for our know whether it is a EHP or not. To know that only we are actually the farmers are able to test it. But the disease has to be prevented before the disease diagnosis takes place. So the maximum the available resources doing molecular detection method using PCR, real-time PCR in the field.
How do you ensure accuracy and timelines in disease diagnostics under farm conditions, especially for small-scale farmers?
Disease accuracy will be for PCR test. The accuracy was around 95%, because very good accuracy we can get through the PCR method. The problem is actually when we are checking the time is actually the problem. So people used to get a very short, reduced growth. Then they go for diagnostic center and they will do it. But for the diagnosis, there is no meaningful. There is no meaningful. People used to, they used to complete their around half of the culture. Afterwards, going and checking for the presence of EHP, it's like meaningless.
I'll move to the next question, sir. How important are water quality monitoring and management in disease prevention? And what parameters should fish and shrimp farmers monitor regularly?
Um, Water quality parameters are very, very essential to to monitor and to maintain in a proper optimum level, because most of the, almost 100% of farmers actually going for semi-intensive and intensive culture practices, like stocking more amount of organism in a limited area. So the species actually always be in the stress, so it leads to the diseases. But this stress can be created due to the deterioration of water quality parameters, change in the pH, uh, you know uh, ammonia content, ammonia, presence of ammonia, and dissolved oxygen, and also the temperature. So the water has to be monitored properly, and we have a lot of both shrimp culture is very crucial when compared to fish culture. Fish culture, ammonia, sudden shootout in ammonia is a cause serious problem in the fish inland fish cultures. When compared to shrimp, shrimps are more susceptible to the the water quality parameters. Even slight changes in the pH, for example, like if you want to maintain your morning pH around 7 o'clock and all, you have to maintain at around 7.7. Suppose if the pH is actually going more than 8 in the morning period, then the shrimp won't get you won't it won't get what is it, the shrimps cannot feed, they avoid the feeds. So very small changes in the pH results in the affects the feeding behavior of the shrimp, and also results in the disease outbreaks. Ammonia, another cause of uh, great economic loss to the swim farmers, because slight shoot up in the ammonia can cause a mortality in the swim farming. Can conclude, fish culture actually has a less priority to the water quality parameters, because it can withstand the slight changes in the water quality parameter in the pond. But shrimp is not like that. It's very sensitive to the water quality parameters.
Okay. With growing concerns about antibiotic resistance and environmental impact, what
Yes.
are the promising alternatives that Ideal Biosciences is working with or recommending?
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Actually, as you told, that antibiotics are already prohibited to be used in the aquaculture systems. So, Coastal Aquaculture Authority has their regulation. That's why they are actually each and every product in the market has to be tested and get certified by the Coastal Aquaculture Authority. Ideal Biosciences actually have mainly our products are plant based. Plant based in the sense, like you can take spot shield. So spot shield actually we are providing for the viral infections in the aquaculture. So this mainly shrimp aquaculture. The spot shield is already certified by the CAA. So here, people won't say if you say we have the product for viral infection. People won't believe, but our farmers used to believe us, and they used to go for this particular product from DOC 15 to around 50 DOC. Afterwards, they can, if they want, they can stop. Our products all derived from the plant based. Mainly we are concentrating on plant secondary metabolites. We are going for extraction. So from the extraction we are actually selecting the the different types of combinations of secondary metabolites, and the secondary metabolites are combined with the binder, and we provide it. Our products won't contain any artificial colors or even artificial flavors and all. So because so we give whatever we get from the the herbal extracts, we provide in such a way. So Banvi has a unique combinations of secondary metabolites to treat the the viral the bacterial disease, mainly the infection of negative gram negative bacteria. Spot shield has the similar kind of combinations of secondary metabolites for to treat the viral infections. And also medwide is also it's a formulated especially for the uh, parasitic infection in the shrimp farming. So these three products, mainly this Banby, Spot Shield, and Medwide, these are unique product. So I think you won't find the similar product in the market with reference to the color, with reference to the flavor, with reference to the scientific input in it, and everything. So it's very unique. It's a unique product. These three products are unique, mainly formulated for the skin diseases, bacterial, viral, and parasitic diseases.
Okay. Sir, is it possible to share examples or case studies where non-antibiotic intervention led to successful disease control?
Yeah, ma'am, can you repeat? I couldn't get you clear.
Could you share some examples or case studies, sir, where non-antibiotic interventions led to successful disease control?
Sharing in the sense actually, right now, we for our products we have a lot of feedbacks, but antibiotic intervention actually almost stopped in shrimp culture because the exporters actually, if so all the the shrimps, I mean what the final material actually reaches to different countries, and they have their own investigation, I mean checking process for the presence of antibiotics. So if we use antibiotics, and obviously our shipment will be rejected. So far, I think more than around 8 years and all, people won't use antibiotics for sure, and people already moved to the supplementation of I mean like to replace the antibiotics with probiotics and immunostimulants. Lot of products are evolved after the it came to replace the antibiotics in the aquaculture. So almost 200 countries, companies are there with thousands of products. So all came after the to replace the antibiotic presence, usage in the aquaculture. So I can assure you, our aquaculture, product, the finished goods, the aquatic organisms never contain any antibiotics, and we won't use. Our farmers never use antibiotics, probiotics, immunostimulants, even plant-based treatments. Traditional plant-based treatments are also in the row. So even they use disinfectant and all, like some quaternary ammonium compounds and other BKC and all they used to use, but uh, antibiotics are totally prohibited, almost prohibited from the usage in the aquaculture sector.
How does stocking density, feed quality, and farm infrastructure influence the incidence of disease? What trade-offs do farmers need to be aware of?
First, actually, the stocking density initially plays a very crucial role, because when we have a good market price for shrimps, especially in shrimps, people recommend to go for a low stocking density, like around 20, 20 seeds per square meter. So this is what the ideal stocking density for shrimp. But the market price keep on fluctuates for the from 2018 onwards. When the production rises, the market price goes down. So to deal this, people are actually, the farmers are asked to go for intention and at least semi-intensive and intensive culture practices to get limited, even at least the to get the limited profit. So stocking density, we cannot change. So we can't go for a low stocking densities due to the market price. So surely we have to go for intensive. Otherwise, at least semi-intensive culture practices has to be followed. Like around 60 to 70 pieces of wanami has to be stocked in meter square area. So, but but, uh, so stocking density will be high at any cost. It will be high, but we have to look over the other prevention methods, like blocking the surrounding water to the blocking in the transport of water bodies in between the pond water from the culturing pond to the surrounding area, by maintaining the reservoirs for even influent and also to the effluent. So these kind of things could minimize the entry of the pathogen in the aquaculture system. And also use of animal healthcare products, like immunostimulants, probiotics, use of probiotics, and even ammonia reducing the microorganisms in the regular, the set of aquatic products has to be uh, used by the uh, the farmers. And also they have to do the go for the water exchange to maintain the good water quality parameters.
Okay. What role should governmental or non-governmental extension services play in helping farmers adopt these best practices?
Yeah, ma'am. Actually, research organizations like SIBA, and CMFRA and CIFRI, Rajiv Gandhi Center for Aquaculture, these are already present. They are actually conducting a lot of training program for the farmers, and so we can get support from the technical support from the research organizations. And these organizations are actually comes under our the Directorate of Fisheries and Animal Husbandry and Dairy Department. And government also provide lots of schemes. Pradhan recently PMMSY schemes are available. A lot of schemes are there, so we can get the use of schemes with the subsidies to for the development of infrastructure and also for the culture cycle. So all those things can be done by the help of government in the form of schemes. And many non-governmental organizations are there. They used to provide a training in the training for the the farmers, even the companies, healthcare companies, and even feed millers, or all the private institutions. They also conduct some workshops, seminars, not only to promote their products, and also they used to provide a lot of scientific inputs to the farmer for the better culture practices.
Okay. How severe are the economic losses from disease outbreaks for farmers in your region? And how do these losses affect livelihoods?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, so for example, you can say, suppose if a shrimp farmer, they used to go for with a moderate kind of stocking density. At the end of the culture period, they used to get at least 80% of the survival to get the a considerable profit in it. But the situation is very critical right now. Like, as I told, the market raw material cost is actually keep on increasing for the from the feed to uh, healthcare products and other you know uh, uh, materials used in the aquaculture, even the equipments and all. So right now, due to the market fluctuation and the challenges like a price hike and also the disease occurrence, now the farmers has to get the shrimp farmers has to they if they get uh, uh, around 30 rupees per kg as a profit. Getting profit is it's a big deal in right now in the even in Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh. So before it was around per kg, they used to get even 100, even 150 rupees profit. Now, if you do proper culture, uh, uh, proper and very good culture, and you used to get around 80% survival, then the profit will be per kg is actually maximum 20 to 30 rupees. This is what the present situation in Sunfra.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. We have now completed the round of questions. On behalf of agricultureinformation.com, we like to thank Dr. S.Divakar for the talk and for answering the questions. This meeting will now be closed.
Thank you.
You're most welcome, sir. Bye-bye.
I couldn't get him.
I will end the meeting, sir.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Thank you very much.